What's going on, guys? I'm SimpleSimon, and today we're going to the Fitzroy Market. Never been, don't know what it's like, don't know what to expect. I found out about it because an Instagram page called, I think it's Issues, Comic and Culture, I think they're called. They followed me recently on Instagram. I looked at their page and they seem to be local comic book sellers that go to markets and things like that. So I actually found out by them posting about it. So I know there's going to be at least one comic book vendor there. Looking at Google, it looks like there's a lot of clothes. It looks like a very, I don't know what word to use without offending anyone, but I don't know if it's going to be my type of thing. I don't know if you guys saw the vlog where I went to the Australia flea market. I feel like it's going to be very similar to that. Maybe a lot of clothes and things like that. But at least I know there's one comic book vendor there. So I'm going to go check it out. The sun's come out, so it looks like it's going to be a decent day. Let's do this. Let's go. All right, so the event was held at the Fitzroy Mills. So here it is. Lots of cool graffiti on the walls there. And of course, here's the famous shot of me letting you guys know that I made it safely. So here we go. We're walking in and I was like, oh my God, here we go again. Now, before you guys think hashtag clothes guy, just letting you know, spoiler alert, there will be comics in this video, and we actually go somewhere else later in the video as well. But anyway, this is the Fitzroy Market. As you can see, lots of clothes, mostly clothes, but also the building was very cool. Obviously lots of cool graffiti art on the walls, really good environment in there. Hey, Studio Ghibli guy, that's from Totoro, I think it is. Yeah, so I think the thing is these days for younger people, it's like cool to go thrift shopping for old clothes. I think that's the vibe these days. So it was popping at this place. A lot of people having a good time looking through old clothes. Here's some crochet. Sarah loves crochet. She actually is really into this stuff. And I'm noticing crochet in all sorts of places now. It seems to be getting very, very popular. I noticed this punk rock skirt here that I thought Sarah would look great in, but no, we didn't buy it. I also thought she'd look really good in this tiny, tiny denim skirt too. You know, yeah, I wish she'd wear that. Anyway, small boobs, big dreams. Yep, you go get them. Wait, I can't let Sarah see these shirts. Reading is sexy. That's why I don't read. You got the Spider-Man meme shirt here. Oh, this one coming up's good. You've got Lightning McQueen Nike. Sarah's a huge Lightning McQueen fan. She loves the movie Cars. This is that place with all the cornfields. And there's me. I've looked better. I don't look great these days. And then we finally spotted the place that we came here for, which was Issues, Comics and Culture. They were the ones, I saw them post about this event, and they were the only comic store there. So this is their store. Check it out, these clear comic boxes. I've never seen them before. They were super cool. Just flicking through all their books here. I'd never seen this. It's hard to see there, but it actually says Manga X-Men. I'd never seen that before. They had all sorts of things, modern, vintage, they had manga, trades, all kinds of things. It was a breath of, I wouldn't say fresh air because we see this stuff all the time, but it was what we came for. So here comes all the manga. It was all $10 a book, which I don't know, I don't buy manga, but that sounds pretty cheap to me. I had a really good chat to these guys, Tom and B. Really, really nice people. And hopefully we'll see them at a future event. And after we went through everything on the table, here's Tom. He went to his car and got the black box and said, you guys are VIPs and you may look in the black box. This was just stuff that wasn't, everything on their table was like $2, $4. This was the stuff that I guess was more than $2 and $4. Just a mixture of modern stuff. They had some exclusives in there, I think. And they also had some keys as well at the back. So big shout out to Tom and B here. Thank you guys for being the highlight of the day. Make sure you guys follow them on Instagram and show them some support. And before we walked out, we walked past the record store here. They had some these really cool toys, action figures, the reflection figures. They're always super cool. And Sarah had a little bit of a flick through some vinyl before we left. But since we had the day off, we figured we may as well go for a bit of a walk down Brunswick Street. Now, what I'm about to show you is the original Big City Comics. Big City Comics used to be here on Brunswick Street when I first met Mark, and this is the shop where it used to be at. Very sad because it's probably the closest comic shop that's ever been to my house, and now it's so far away. Brunswick Street here, for those out-of-towners and my friends overseas, very well known for their street art. It's all over the place, and a lot of really good places to eat around Brunswick Street here in Fitzroy. This is the Evelyn Hotel. My band, The Worst, back in the day, we played our album launch here. It was one of the most epic nights of my life. It was a full house, and we absolutely kicked ass that night. Any excuse to plug the band, right? Just in case you didn't get enough clothes before, me and Sarah decided to stop past Dangerfield. Dangerfield back in the day used to be this little shop in the city that sold punk, goth, alternative clothing. Now they're huge, and I guess their style is still kind of gothy, but it's more like trendy goth in my opinion. Hopefully that doesn't offend anyone. But Sarah loves Dangerfield, so we went to check it out. There's me. Girls used to call me Sexy Boy. That's not true. That was made up. But luckily for me, in my old age, I was able to snag a sexy girl. And then after Dangerfield, we went all the way to the other side of town to a place called Market Fair, which is in Fitzroy Gully. But before we went in there, we stopped past the pet shop next door to see if there were any kitties. Yeah, look at them. Kitties. I really miss having a cat. I absolutely fall in love with every cat that I see now that I don't have my Jun around. But yeah, it'll still be a little while before I get a new cat. But yeah, I definitely plan on getting a little kitten sometime in the future. So yeah, we just stopped by here just to watch these two have a bit of a play. And then into Market Fair we went. So Market Fair is, I don't know what you call it, I guess. It's a big building full of stalls where people will pay for space and then they'll have their stuff there. But they don't have to be there to sell it, they just have their stuff there. This stall here, which is all records now, used to be comic books. And it actually used to be the shop owned by Alternate Worlds. So last time I was here, I actually flipped through and bought some comics from them. But as soon as I saw that it was Alternate Worlds, I stopped. And anyway, so there were some records. We flicked through some records there. Never mind the originals. Don't know what this is, but obviously it's an homage to the Sex Pistols. Yeah, you never know what you're going to find at these places. There's just all kinds of stuff everywhere. A Bane figure, some Superman action there. This thing here was absolutely sick. Just randomly sitting among some antique tables. It's a Predator mask. And it was only $20. I couldn't believe it. That thing was absolutely sick, but I had to put it down. I had to have a think if I should actually buy it or not. Some more action figures again. Just everything is just in the most random places. And sometimes amongst all these antiques, you would just see Batman. Just randomly there, chilling. Some more Cars action here for Sarah. It's a Cars pencil case. Some Motu for all you Masters of the Universe guys. I think they were all re-release stuff. Here's a random Randy Couture UFC figurine. This Barbie Ferrari was interesting looking, and for $15, that looks like, you know, a bit of a bargain if you collect Barbie stuff. You're probably sick of looking at clothes, but it's not. It's me, Sexy Boy. No one ever called me that. Well, actually, surely Sarah's called me that at least once. Hey, it's Hello Kitty. Every time we see PlayStation 2 games, we have to stop to look for the Warriors. And remember, not the Platinum Edition, the non-Platinum Edition. These were cool. I think those were amiibos, but Star Wars amiibos, they're pretty cool. And then I found the only comic book in the whole store. It was literally just this one randomly sitting on a table. And we'll end it off with my Krusty the Clown impersonation. Hey kids! That's terrible. Alright, so the Fitzroy Market was kind of what I expected. It was very similar vibes to the Australia Flea Market, if you guys saw that video, where I found out about the event because of a comic book seller, and then they ended up being the only comic book seller there. So big shout out to Tom and B from Issues, Comics and Culture. I'll leave a link to their Instagram in the description below. Make sure you show them some support. They're just starting out with the whole selling comic books thing, so I think they said this is the second time they've done it. So hopefully I'll see them in a couple of weeks at the Camberwell Market and be able to chat to them again. We had a really good chat, and I did pick up a bunch of stuff from them. As far as the second place we went to, Market Fair, that was a big letdown compared to the last time me and Sarah went there. Last time there was like at least 2 comic stalls there that had quite a lot of stuff, and I actually picked up a lot of stuff the first time I went there, but not so much today. But I did pick up something pretty cool from there too. So I'll show you what I got. So first, from Tom and B, they basically had like a $2 bin and a $4 bin, and then they had a bunch of trades, and I cleaned up their $2 bin. They had a bunch of these DC's Who's Who. For those who don't know what these are, they're basically little just character profiles. So every issue is just basically, you know, it gives you a little write-up on different characters throughout the DC universe. So they're pretty cool. I have one in my collection. A little while ago I picked up one. It's got Shazam on the front cover, and the reason I bought that one was because there's a really nice Catwoman drawn in there by Dave Stevens, so that's why I picked that one up. But yeah, they had all these in there, so I picked them up, and I didn't realize they're actually all wraparound covers as well. So there's one, there's another one there. So yeah, these are pretty cool. Something that, you know, when I first discovered these, I thought they were pretty cool, but it wasn't something that, you know, that I was going to go out of my way to chase. But for $2 each, I mean, how can you go wrong there, right? So there's another one there. Very cool. And yeah, I love that these all wrap around. I almost want to get clear boards for all these. One day we'll have clear boards here in Australia. There's another one there. Let me know if any of you guys have these. Let us know if there's any other cool, you know, Easter eggs in any of them. Because yeah, when I found out about the Dave Stevens Catwoman, I was like, that's a good reason to pick that up. And I actually picked that copy up, I think, for $5, which is a score as well. Some Dr. Fate on the cover of this one. I wonder how many characters. I mean, they actually have a list of characters on the front cover as well, of who they cover. And it seems to be all alphabetical order. So I don't know how many of these there are. But yeah, I picked up a whole stack of these. Very, very cool. Boom, there's the back. Very, very, very cool stuff. How many more I've got? Just keeps going and going and going. I don't even know half these characters are. This is K and L. The letters, that is. So does that look, man, the wraparounds on these are awesome. Like, such cool covers. I mean, I understand why, you know, comic collectors like these older books, because yeah, definitely a different style back then. So this is the only one. This was in the $4 bin. I don't know why this one was in the $4 bin, but maybe because it came with the bag and board. So I mean, we'll have a look at the back of that. Actually, you know what? I can't be bothered. So yeah, that was the one that was in the $4 bin. So that was 1, 2, 3. So I bought 8 of these from them. And I have one myself, so that means I've got 9 altogether. If you guys know, let me know how many of these there are in the collection, because now that I've got so many, I may as well try to collect the set. This other book I picked up, this was a bit of nostalgia here. I did say a long time ago I never wanted to repurchase the books I had as a kid. This was one of my favorites as a kid, and it was one of the ones that didn't survive the circuits of time. A lot of people know the Random Superman books that had all the different Supermen, and they had the covers that had all the different Superman logos from each of the different Supermen, and my favorite was Steel. But when I was a kid, the version of the book I had was not the one with the Superman logo, it actually was this. So there was this here, Yeah, this is massive childhood memories here. I absolutely love Steel when these books were coming out back in the day. And the crazy thing is, right, so I remember this had a poster. And I, of course, being a kid, I'm pretty sure I took mine out and stuck it on the wall from memory. I never would have thought that this copy would have the poster, but wouldn't you know it? Still intact is the poster in the middle there. So that's super cool. I was not expecting that. I actually filmed this already yesterday, but I had technical difficulties with with my microphone, so I'm refilming this. It was much better yesterday when it was actually a shock that I had the poster in there still. But anyway, the poster's in there, so I'm a happy boy. And I've got a few books now that I've repurchased from my childhood. I gotta stop though, But again, $4, can't go wrong. And then the last thing is I did buy a trade from them as well. You guys all know Something's Killing the Children is my favorite title, but this is volume 6. So I think this is all they've brought out so far in the trade paperbacks. They had this for 20 bucks. And of course, they did me a deal on all this stuff. Oh, actually, now I'm realizing how cheap they actually gave it to me for. I didn't actually know how much I was spending. I just gave them the books and they said, oh, this will do. And I was like, cool. Now I actually realized how much of a discount they gave me. Shout out to you guys again. So yeah, that's the trade I got from them. And then from Market Fair, like I said, there wasn't a lot of stuff. I mean, we flicked through some records and then there were some random toys here and there that weren't really interesting. But there was one thing, and you did see it in the video, that I was very umming and ahhing about. I didn't pick it up at first. I was like, this is so cool. Put it down, have a good think about it. But by the time I got to the end of the shop and I was like, you know what, this was a bit of a letdown. I'm gonna go back and buy that thing. And I ended up buying that Wicked Predator mask. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. It was only $20. $20 for this piece of awesomeness. It's got heaps of cool detail. It's got the little rat skull and teeth on the necklace bit here. It's got this other bit on the top. I don't really know what's going on there. But yeah, this was 20 bucks and it's solid. It's like a solid piece. And if you notice, it's got like the little logo thing that they burn into the mask. And it's even got a strap so you can actually put it on. I am one ugly motherfucker. So yeah, I am super stoked. This is gonna look absolutely awesome when I actually find someone to actually display it. But yeah, super stoked with that $20 pickup there. And that is it for this one. If you guys enjoyed this one and you're maybe newer to the channel, if you want to see more vlogs like this, I do have a playlist now. It will be in the description below. I'll also have a link to my Redbubble store if you guys want to get some merch and support the channel even further. I've got all kinds of different designs that you can have printed on t-shirts, stickers, whatever it be, a whole bunch of stuff there. Check out the Redbubble store as well. And yeah, if you're still watching this video, I appreciate you. It was a tough one to get through. I know there was a lot of clothes and things like that, but I appreciate you for sticking around to the end. And until next time, I'm SimpleSimon. Tell your friends and keep it simple.